Okay, Helen, I wanted to start by talking about, obviously, Eye in the Sky. It's very morally ambiguous, largely, I'd say. Film deals
Well, I guess ambiguous, yes, in the sense that it doesn't make any decisions for you. It throws up all the questions. It's not morally ambiguous in the sense that it's sort of immoral, but it's not, but it's pretending it's not or something. It is, what's the word? It takes no decisions for you.
It doesn't pass judgment.
No.
But in the centre of it all, we've got Colonel Powell, of course, who I would say is possibly the most morally controversial character of the piece. I wondered whether you agreed with that assessment and whether
Yes,
that was
well, she's the one having to make the decision. She's the one having to... All the rest, everybody else, and obviously the drone pilot himself, or the two of them, they are the ones having to literally do the thing. Everybody else is a situation of sort of being able to discuss it. And the clock is ticking. There is no time for discussion.
And when you were researching the character, were you able to meet with any sort of real-life equivalents of her that have held this kind of
Not
position?
of her, no. Unfortunately, I didn't meet any women, high-up women in the military. But we had a military advisor on set with us all the time who was very, very valuable, and I spent time with him and asked him. He knew women who had progressed through the military in the era that Colonel Powell would have done it, and what she would have had to negotiate and the kind of person she would be.
I read somewhere that originally in the script the character was a male character, and that Gavin Hood made the, in my view, inspired decision to change it to a female. What were your thoughts when you first heard about that?
Well, I didn't know that until after I'd finished the film, so... I actually, his rationale I thought was absolutely correct, which was that it stopped it being a macho boys' movie about war, about what men do in war, and it opened the discussion up to what we are all responsible for, what is being done in our name, and it is about modern warfare, and women are and will be in the future more and more a part of modern warfare.
And two of the other main characters that Colonel Powell works alongside, of course, General Frank Benson, and Steve Watts, played by Aaron Paul and Alan Rickman. I gather that you didn't really get to be in the same room with each other as you were filming.
No, not at all. No, I shot all of my stuff. I was the first one up, so I was speaking to Gavin on the phone mostly. And also I was working with green screen because none of the stuff on the ground had been shot. So I just had Gavin again talking me through, what was happening on the screen.
I hope you don't mind. I wanted to ask finally about Alan Rickman, of course. You'll be glad to hear that in the screening that I was in, there was sort of collective, wonderful, bittersweet laughter at some of his lines. He has a lot of the
Oh, it's very funny. No, well, Alan had a very natural comedic. He could be very, very funny.
He still has the gravitas to sort of be someone who can portray a top military brass.
Yes, absolutely.
I wondered if you could just reflect a little bit on your time working with Alan, not only on this film, but previously in the theatre and other times.
Well, as we said, I didn't work with Alan on this. I bumped into him before we started the film, and we both sort of said, are you going to be an Eye in the Sky? I said, yeah, I am. And what do you think about it? I think it's a really interesting script. And both of us were sort of signed on, not because we wanted to play these wonderful, complex, interesting characters with amazing arcs, but to be a part of this particular jigsaw puzzle that is the movie. So that was, then I didn't, I didn't see him again from that point on. But I love the fact that the Alan that we see on the screen here is so much the Alan that I knew, this sort of witty, urbane, intelligent, humane person, and it's kind of a great way to say goodbye to him. We shouldn't have said goodbye to him. He was much, he had so much great work left to do. So it's incredibly sad to lose him. But I think it's a film he would have been very proud of. I wish he was sitting here next to me.
Helen Mirren, pleasure to speak with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey You Guys!